We are currently building a building skills workshop where we can have on site, where people are receiving homelessness support, a real concrete opportunity to showcase their skills. So it's been built almost entirely by residents and ex-residents who I have worked with in the past. And once it's complete, it will then be a peer mentoring workshop where current and ex-residents will enable younger ones to come through and try out a bit of bricklaying or plastering or joinery or key employment areas around construction. The top of this piece, to the underside of that button. It's been a long held belief of mine to try and focus on the people that I work with, come into contact with, to focus on their strengths and try to utilise that to help motivate them to be involved in things. Key for me is, belief. Belief that people, they have it in themselves to make positive changes in their lives, and that can never seem more harder than when you're in a hostel and your life can seem to be in a very difficult position. So the idea of building a sort of workshop was able to be realised when one of our former residents, Barry, was here. His life obviously was in a very difficult place, and he's doing great. He's moved on, he's in his own flat, and he wanted to continue the work that we were doing, but now as a kind of someone giving something back. And he's been instrumental in being able to move this building project into where it's at now.
I was here. Changing lives gave me a step up. I had everything, and then I had nothing. And they gave me a room, they helped, and it's led to a personal success where I feel the need to give back because it does work, or the system can work, and I've got a lot of knowledge to give.
Pen or crown? And so he returns once a week, once every 2 weeks, as a kind of consultant. He just gives us some guidance. He can teach us some very particular skills and aspects of the build, and it's very inspirational for the current residents to see someone come back in who, when he introduces himself, is I was also here and now I'm out. That there's a way out for them too.
It's fantastic. You couldn't get a better bunch of people. They all have it in their hearts that they want to do it, and they all support each other. There's always somebody there that can give you advice that you need, and it's great. It's helped me, my mentality. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bang the screws through here just to hold the sill, and at the end here, and then we're just going to mastic this sill up here, and then we're ready to go with the sheets outside then, which is simpler than you think, he says, with every confidence.
Yeah, look straight enough.
So we started building the project back in November, and that would involve digging about 7 holes to put in the 2.5 metre posts, concrete them in, and then we laid a concrete floor and built the timber frame, and then put the membranes on, and we built the roof joists. We now put on OSB boards, and we've put on the roof as well, the corrugated roof and perspex sheeting. And this has largely been done on the cheap because I've been persistently going to various builders merchants and with my hands out seeking donations, and I think we probably got about 2/3 of the materials and costs have been given to us, so that's great.
It's weatherproof as it is, but the cladding just gives it that, the feel-good look. Stylish.
Is that 260?
The project is driven by some sort of key fundamental principles. First of those is inclusion. Of course, we are working with people that are struggling with their health, physical and mental. We are working with people who also may be struggling with addiction. And of course, motivation is a huge issue for people. They've got so many other issues going on. The project is there every day of the week.
A bit more. Yeah.
That sends a really positive message to people that we will always be here when you feel able to get involved. So having believed that there's positive change within your grasp, these projects are really kind of geared towards people to reconnect with their own wider identities, their histories, not just be the sum of their issues that are going on at the moment. They can also be someone who's pursuing interests, someone who wants to learn new skills and gain new knowledge. And if that leads to them maybe thinking about returning to work, or want to do further volunteering with third partners, or go onto a training program, that's great. If it's just something that makes them feel good about themselves, and it's giving them something, you know, interesting and fun to be involved with, and how they spend their time whilst they're dealing with all their issues, that's also great. These moments of working on this project together is so inspiring.